Peace to the gods on earth. Welcome back. So today, y'all, we're gonna be talking about the Willie Lynch letter because things are a lot deeper than we think. This is really a psychological war. We have been set up to go against each other. Literally, the melanated people have been studied. There has literally been a plan put in place to separate the black family. So let's get into it. In my bag here, I have a foolproof method for controlling your black slaves. I guarantee every one of you that if it is instilled correctly, it will control the slaves for at least 300 years. My method is simple. Any member of your family or your overseer can use it. I have outlined a number of differences among the slaves, and I take these differences and make them bigger. I fear distrust and envy for control purposes. These methods have worked on my modest plantation in the West Indies, and it will work throughout the South. Take the simple little list of differences and think about them. This is coming from a white slave owner. And this is how they did it. This is how they did it. Again, it's a psychological warfare. It's always been a psychological warfare. Don't forget, you must pitch the old black male versus the young black male. And the young black male against the old black male. You must use the dark-skinned slaves versus the light-skinned slaves, and the light-skinned slaves versus the dark-skinned slaves. This is why we must break the illusion of separation, because of this right here. You must use the female versus the male and the male versus the female. You must also have your white servants and overseers distrust all blacks, but it is necessary your slaves trust and depend on us. They've always wanted us to depend on them, to depend on their system. Must love, respect, and trust only us. Gentlemen, these kits are the keys to control. Use them. Have your wives and your children use them. They've even trained their children to use this. It's already embedded. It's already a thing that's been programmed, that's been trained, that this is how we're going to treat these people. Never miss an opportunity. If used intensively for 1 year, the slaves themselves will remain perpetually distrustful. Thank you, gentlemen. Again, it's very important for us to break the illusion of separation. Depending on them, depending on the system, is something that we should not be doing. Tell you what, you don't need your own hotels. You can continue to stay in ours. You have no need for supermarkets when you can shop at ours 24 hours a day. Why should you even think about owning more banks? You have plenty now. You have plenty, no? And don't waste your energies trying to break into manufacturing. You work hard enough in our fields. Relax, have a party. We'll sell you everything you need. And when you die, we'll even bury you at a discount. How's that for gratitude? Finally, the best part. You went beyond the pale and turned over your children to us for their education. This is why I talk about things I talk about. Because right here, they know. You went beyond the pale and turned over your children to us for their education. Y'all, this is very old and we're still doing the same thing. We're still turning over our children to the system for education. Why do we trust them to educate our children? Ridiculous. And then lastly, I got for y'all. We publicly acknowledge black people for raising our children, attending to our sick, preparing our meals while we were occupied with the trappings of the good life. Even during the time when we found pleasure in your woman and enjoyment in seeing your men lynched, maimed, burned, some of you continue to watch over us and our belongings. We simply cannot thank you enough. Your bravery on the battlefield, despite being classified as 3/5 of a man, was and still is outstanding. Was and still is outstanding. Your bravery on the battlefield, despite being classified as 3/5 of a man, was and still is outstanding. We are gods. We've always been gods. That's why this even exists. That's why this is even in place. The real war is a war on our people, on our melanated people. There is a war on our melanated people, and there always has been. As I read in the beginning, they want the light skin to go against the dark skin. They want the young to go against the old. They want the males to go against the females. That's why it's very important that the black family comes back together. As many people as possible. All of us need to come back together. No matter what differences, no matter what kind of jealousy, competition, it's important that we come back together. It is a war on our people. Y'all need to read this whole letter, the Willie Lynch letter. How to Make a Slave. It's very important that every single person that is melanated, everybody needs to read this. It's very important that we break the illusions of separation within ourselves. Everybody needs to break the illusion of separation, because this right here, this is facts, this is proof, this is something that has been going on and that is continuing to go on, and we have to make ourselves aware of it. It's a psychological war, and we got to wake up to it. The time is now. We don't have, it's not the time to play around. Not the time to play around. But I love myself. Peace to the gods.